Okay, what's up guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Suze.
And I'm Sid.
Are you sure? Today we're going to be filming a study with me. So Sid's going to show you what she does in law school, and I'm going to be showing you what I do as
as a student.
You're not looking at the camera. Yeah, but today I'm going to be showing you what I do as a biology undergrad, so...
Yeah, hers is way more, like, it's cooler than mine.
It's not.
I don't really do much.
Okay, let's get going.
AC's gonna edit this, so let's just make this as long as we can.
No.
Okay, let's see.
So just show them the basics.
I am. How'd you screen record your computer again?
You have to
Wait. Oh, I was screen recording Sarah now.
So Sid just filmed a little segment for you guys, but she realized that she wasn't screen recording the whole time. How does that feel?
I feel like I can't say that again.
It's okay, Sid. You can't win them all.
Okay, delete that and I'll do mine right now.
Okay. I'm gonna be going over in this video basically how I just plan my week out and how I read for every week's classes. So let's start with my weekly schedule. So the main application that I use is OneNote. So in the beginning of the semester, I basically make this entire weekly schedule. There's 15 weeks in a semester, so I make all 15. I put the dates underneath which week I'm in, and then I just label the classes. I get the syllabus for every class. I put down which books I need in the first section because that's usually the first things you need to get. Then in every syllabus I'll transfer that week's readings and work that I have to do onto week 1 of my sheet, as you can see. So for constitutional law, I had my readings. So for class 1 on the 26th, there was the Marbury versus Madison, which is the famous first case that establishes judicial review. And then for class 2 on the Wednesday of that week, I had other judicial review readings. So there's normally 2 classes per week, so 2 readings, and I did that. It's what I usually do. And as you can see, it's similar for every week. There's always Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday classes that I have to read for. So that's how I do it. So right now we're going to be on week 13. I have read these cases already. This class 22 is actually supposed to be pushed down here because we were a little late. So this and this are what's due for next week, week 13. And then I did this reading. I just did this reading. And I did all of my arbitration reading. So right now I will show you guys how I brief for my classes, which is the normal every week assignments that you need to do for law school. So this is my Business Association's week 13 reading. You guys, I'll insert a clip of just ×2 what I normally do, and just so you can get a bigger picture of what I do. So typically I have a color for every single one of those different things that I need to be looking out for. So purple is procedural history. Obviously this is the cause of action that the petitioner is suing for. Then blue is the issue. Normally they're all pretty straightforward. Like here, the issue or the question of the case is whether Dirks violated anti-fraud provisions of the federal securities laws by this disclosure. And then this pinkish red color I use as my facts. As you can see, I outline the facts on the side. I put my issues on the side, my procedural history on the side, so that I know if I get called in class and he asks me what the procedural history was, I'll know the cause of action right away. I can look where it's purple and then read off what I have for the procedural history. Again, procedural history pops up, so if he asks me, so what is the procedural history, I go to the first page, I look for another purple. This is something else that's procedural history, which is what the administrative law judge found in the lower courts. And then these green colors are my rules. So this is the rule that the Security and Exchange Commission people made up, where tippies, regardless of occupation, come into possession of material corporate information. So if he asks me what that rule was, I have it right here, and you can just go ahead and look for it. So that's basically how I go and do my entire case briefs for everything. As you can see, there is just a lot of information that you need to condense into this little side annotation that you have, so that it can jog your memory when you're actually in class getting cold called. So if he asks me, how did the lower court apply the tippy rule that the SEC stated, I would know that I would need to read this right here, because I have it spelled out, application of tippy rule. And then that's just what you do throughout the entire reading. And I found that this actually helps me more during cold calls than if I do a traditional case brief where I write out the holding or the rule, because professors are actually looking for text. They want you to know the text. They want you to know the bigger concepts. They want you to know the smaller concepts, all that. So that's basically what I did for this entire 27-page reading. It's not that much. After I do the cases and read like the general topics, I usually go back and I'll read the notes and questions, because usually they have cases and just other stuff which are important for you to know, just for your outlines, for further information if you get called on it. Usually the professors want to make sure that you're reading. They'll ask about a case in the notes, so you also need to read that stuff. I haven't gone through that yet, but that is just generally what I do. And that is basically it.
If you guys want to see physics and other stuff with science, you guys can go watch Suzanne's video she uploads on Wednesdays.